Hi, everyone. Welcome to Back to School Night. Thank you for coming to see me. I'm Stephanie Schmidt, Ms. Schmidt, and I'll be teaching jewelry. I want to tell you a few things about myself before I get into the class. As you can see here, I will embrace a crazy hair day anytime it is given to me. I'm originally from outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And I went to school at University of Massachusetts for my bachelor's degree in art education. And this is my first year as a demon. I'm super excited to be here at Golden High School. For the last 14 years, I've been at Bear Creek High School teaching ceramics and a few other art classes. And what brought me to Golden is that I get to teach ceramics, one of my loves, along with jewelry, another love of mine. So I've always wanted to teach jewelry, and I'm super excited to do that now. Um, some girlfriends and I love to go on hikes. My husband and I love to um, explore Colorado on road trips as much as we can. A few years ago, I got my master's degree in art and design at UNC, and this is a photo of me shortly after I heard I got the job here at Golden High School. I'm so excited to be here. I wanted to let you know a few driving factors to my teaching. I'm always thinking about ways that students can feel successful. I want students to explore ways to express themselves and have lots of choice in the classroom. And I'm always thinking about young artists having fun learning about each other while they're making art. I will often use a cross-cultural study when looking at collections of art when we are studying techniques or themes in art. And I encourage students to explore their own identities and consider ways which they could express their identity in their jewelry making. How on earth do we do jewelry remotely in hybrid format? I know a lot of people are skeptical on how art classes can be executed in this format. Don't worry, I've thought about it a lot. It does present some challenges for sure, but over the summer, I've done a lot of thinking. And while we can't do quite as much metal smithing and work with the soldering torches and some of the equipment in the studio due to our in-person limited time, we can do lots of work with wire and chainmail. We can also use cutting and piercing and sawing with metal. At home, we can use a variety of materials. So we'll explore different materials like paper bead making, zip ties, shrink plastic, and some other materials. In the hybrid format, artists will be given a box of tools and materials to use at home. Google Classroom will be the remote learning platform, and artists will explore various materials in their work at home, like some of those I mentioned, plus metal and clay, felting, wool felting. The metal smithing equipment and soldering torches can be used in the in-person classroom, and lots of the planning for those projects can be done at home in remote learning. Students will be able to bring in their projects that they make at home to get assistance from me when they have in-person class if they want. Otherwise, it will be brought in when I am expecting it due. And a lot of people always wonder how we grade in art. My grading, I look at a lot of things involving the whole process of the art making. We do look at technical skills that are taught, and they're also graded on creative ideas and execution of those ideas, their use of time, participation, and effort in the class, and maintenance of materials and tools in the classroom, as well as at home, since we have them at home. They'll sometimes have written reflections for their work. And we also do some kind of short-term formative assignments like icebreakers, sketching, planning activities, art observations, and responses to art. The materials that your student needs, I will be providing the toolbox, but the only thing they really need to provide is a folder or a section of a binder for the class. We will have sketches and some written work. Blank white paper for the sketching is great. I just use printer paper. a lot of times. The 8.5 by 11 printer paper is awesome. Or if they really have a sketchbook they already like, or want to buy a small sketchbook, that's fine. I just don't want to hand those out because they're often pretty big, and in reality, we're only going to use a small portion of them. And I know a lot of kids like to kind of organize things in a binder or folder, so they can have that choice. I will have some binders, paper, and folders in class that I can provide for students who would rather just get that from me in the classroom. Otherwise, it's their choice on what to buy. And please don't go spending a lot of money on that. What can you do to support your child in jewelry class? Ask them about their assignments and artwork that they're making. Encourage them and make time to look at their artwork. You can please help them try to create a space at home where they can make their artwork. It could get a little messy, so this should not be on a fine piece of furniture. Perhaps you can put down a plastic trash bag to protect it, or an old tablecloth, an old t-shirt to protect the area. It's really nice that the students can just sort of leave the materials out and have a station that they can always go to, so they're not constantly unpacking and repacking things. But if that's how it has to be, I totally understand. You're sharing that space with other people at home, and space can be limited. But helping them pick out that place and assigning it would be great. Reach out if you have any questions, or if there's something you would like me to know about your child. I want to support them the best that I can. And I just wanted to include this photo of a rainbow that will often pop up outside my front doorstep. And I love seeing it because it reminds me that even though we have a stormy semester ahead and there's a lot of unknowns and a lot of challenges with this whole COVID situation, I'm looking for the wonderful rainbows that do happen after the storm. And good things can come from this situation with us being challenged and just working together. I think it's also a great time to just kind of remind ourselves to stop and smell the roses, take it slow, ask for some help when needed, and enjoy the little things as well, and the small successes that we have in the classroom. And I want to help students to celebrate that. So please reach out if you have any concerns or questions. This is me, super psyched to meet your child and get to know them and teach jewelry to them. My email address here is the best way to reach me and get a quickest response. Voicemail is great too. It's just, I can't check that quite as often throughout the day. Thank you so much for coming, and I look forward to meeting your student.